Most people think more income solves money problems. But millionaires know it's not just about earnings. It's about how you manage your money. The average person parks cash in old banks that barely pay interest. Millionaires treat money differently. They make it work for them. They don't rely on big, brand banks or traditional savings accounts. They build systems to optimize growth and protect wealth. In this video, I'll show you exactly why millionaires don't use the same banks most people do, and what they do instead to stay ahead. Let's get into it. They don't park cash in low-yield savings accounts. Millionaires avoid traditional savings accounts paying 0.01%. They know inflation eats purchasing power every year. Leaving large amounts here is a guaranteed loss. Instead, they treat savings accounts strictly as tools for short-term cash, not as a place to grow wealth. They keep minimal funds in these accounts and move surplus money into better-yielding investments. It's a mindset shift. They see parking cash as opportunity cost. Average savers feel safe holding cash, but millionaires know unproductive money loses value. They prioritize putting dollars to work, not letting them sit idle in accounts that fail to keep up with inflation. They use high-yield savings, but only for a specific purpose. Millionaires use high-yield online savings accounts strategically. These offer 4–5% APY, which helps protect short-term cash against inflation. But they don't overfund them. These accounts are reserved for emergency funds, upcoming taxes, or known expenses. The rest of their money is deployed into assets that grow wealth. Average savers often hoard too much cash here, thinking it's safe. Millionaires understand that excessive cash is a missed opportunity. They rule cash for liquidity, investments for growth. High-yield savings accounts are part of the system, not the destination. They're simply a smart tool to serve specific financial purposes. They use multiple banks and separate accounts intentionally. Millionaires don't funnel everything through one checking account. They use multiple banks and separate accounts for clear structure. For example, they might keep personal checking with one bank, business accounts with another, and emergency funds with a high-yield online bank. This segmentation provides clarity and risk protection. If one account is compromised, the rest remain safe. Using multiple banks also allows them to optimize services. Not every bank excels at every function. The average person stays loyal to one big-name bank. Millionaires prioritize flexibility, optimization, and control by spreading their funds across purpose-built accounts. They bank where their money works harder. Millionaires seek banks where their money gets better treatment. They aren't loyal to legacy banks. They move funds to fintech platforms, private banks, or broker-linked accounts that offer superior yields, tools, or perks. They view banks as vendors providing services, not institutions to be trusted blindly. If a new bank offers better returns or benefits, they switch. The average saver sticks with the same bank for years out of convenience. Millionaires are proactive. They constantly assess whether their banking relationships are serving them. If not, they adapt quickly. Every dollar must have a purpose and work harder. They use business accounts properly, not just personal checking. Millionaires run businesses or side ventures through separate business accounts. They never mix personal and business funds. This is essential for tax efficiency, legal protection, and clean financial records. Dedicated business banking also unlocks better credit lines and financing options. Many beginners run everything through personal checking, which creates accounting messes and risks. Millionaires treat their businesses like businesses from day one. Even if it starts small, they choose banks that cater to entrepreneurs with tools for cash management and tax planning. This disciplined separation gives them more control and lays the foundation for scalable growth. They don't hoard cash. They deploy it. Millionaires view cash as a tool, not as wealth. They hold just enough for liquidity, then deploy the rest into assets. Excess cash sitting in accounts earns little and loses value over time. The average person feels safe hoarding cash, but millionaires know that idle money is a lost opportunity. They strategically move surplus funds into investments, stocks, real estate, businesses that generate returns. Their focus is on asset productivity. This mindset fuels their wealth growth. Every dollar should either protect against risk or generate income. Hoarding cash beyond what's necessary simply holds them back. They prioritize asset ownership over cash balances. Millionaires measure wealth by the assets they own, not by how much cash they have sitting in the bank. Assets like stocks, real estate, businesses, and intellectual property grow over time and generate income. Cash doesn't. The average person feels "reek" seeing a high bank balance. Millionaires think differently. They ask, "What is this money doing?" Their goal is to convert earned income into ownership of appreciating assets. Over time, this compounding ownership is what builds real wealth. They intentionally reduce excess cash holdings and focus on acquiring productive assets. That's how they pull away financially. They have access to private banking and specialized services. As wealth grows, millionaires graduate to private banking or wealth management services. These offer personalized advice, access to better investment opportunities, and tax-optimized strategies. It's not about luxury, it's about financial optimization. Private banking provides tailored solutions for complex needs, estate planning, credit structuring, and exclusive asset classes. Most average consumers never access these services. They stick to basic retail banking. But millionaires understand that building and preserving wealth requires advanced tools. They use private banking relationships to enhance returns, reduce taxes, and manage risk. It's part of their system for staying ahead financially. They maximize tax-advantaged accounts. Millionaires are highly tax-aware. They know taxes are one of the biggest wealth drains, so they aggressively use tax-advantaged accounts. They maximize 401(k) IRAs, Roth IRAs, HSAs, and other structures that shelter income from taxes. While many average earners ignore these tools, millionaires lean on them heavily. They often consult tax professionals to structure contributions optimally. It's not just about saving money. It's about keeping more of what they earn. Their banking choices reflect this. They choose platforms that support seamless integration with tax planning. Managing taxes well accelerates wealth building, and millionaires know this. They use credit strategically, not for debt. Millionaires use credit as a strategic tool, not as a way to fund their lifestyle. They leverage credit for cash flow, business opportunities, and rewards, but always manage it carefully. They pay off balances in full to avoid interest, and often use secured credit like portfolio-backed loans to access liquidity without selling investments. This allows them to maintain asset growth while gaining flexibility. In contrast, many people use credit reactively, racking up consumer debt. Millionaires view credit as leverage, a way to enhance wealth, not create liabilities. It's a disciplined, intentional part of their financial system. They regularly review and relocate. Millionaires don't leave their banking setup on autopilot. They regularly review accounts, rates, and structures to ensure their money is working efficiently. They move funds if better opportunities arise, whether that's a higher yield savings account, improved business banking features, or a more tax-efficient setup. Many everyday savers stick with the same accounts for years out of habit. Millionaires understand that small optimizations, even a 1-2% yield improvement, compound significantly over time. They treat wealth building as an active process. Regular reviews keep their financial system lean, effective, and aligned with changing goals and market conditions. They think beyond banks. They build systems. For millionaires, banks are just one part of a much larger wealth system. They also build brokerage accounts, real estate holdings, businesses, trusts, insurance structures, and tax-optimized entities. They think in terms of ecosystems, where each financial component supports the others. Cash provides liquidity, assets drive growth, trusts protect wealth, tax structures enhance efficiency. They don't obsess over which bank account is best. They focus on how every piece of their system works together to grow, preserve, and transfer wealth. It's a mindset shift. Think beyond banks and design a holistic financial system that supports long-term success. And that's why millionaires don't use banks the way most people do. And what they do instead. It's not about a secret bank or some VIP account. It's about a different way of thinking. They use banks intentionally, as tools, and build complete systems around them. They optimize every dollar, prioritize owning assets, use credit wisely, and constantly evolve their financial strategy. You don't have to be a millionaire to start applying these principles. Begin thinking like one now. Structure your finances, build your system, and put your money to work. If this helped, like, share, and subscribe. More smart money insights coming soon!